Welcome. How are we doing? I hope you're all doing well. Good to see all of you. Can you hear me okay? How's the volume? How's the audio? Let me check, okay? I want to turn on my computer and see if it works. How's the volume? How's the audio? Let me check. Mystica, sawadee. Hello to all of you too. Well, yesterday I made Vietnamese cuisine, right? It's called bánh xèo or crepes. So I want to show another versions of bánh xèo, which is the little cupping of this little cupcake, but it's the same ingredients apply. So we can do by cupping or we can do by a little pancake. So this right here is very popular in Vietnam. In fact, it's so popular is that Cambodian people adopted this recipe also, as far as I'm concerned. Bánh xèo, we call it bánh xèo. The Vietnamese, I think they call it bánh xèo. Hey, I'm sorry for the native, okay? So it's gonna be fun today because I already mixed my batter, and you'll see it's a little too thick right now. I will fix that soon. I have eggs, one of my food allergy, and I'm gonna add some corn. That's my second allergy, so meaning that today I cannot consume this, but I'm gonna make this for my kids and my sweetheart and family. Okay, so I have one bag of a bag and a half of bánh xèo premix. Okay. Let me show you how it looked like. In fact, okay. Hold on, give me a minute, please. Guess what? I used the last bag and then I throw in the trash. But anyway, it's called bánh xèo premix, or you just follow along with me today and see how that combined. Okay. Yesterday I made for my sweetheart. He had 2 servings, and I didn't make for the rest of the family, so that's a boycotting for me, because if I make for one person, I have to make for all people. So it's fair that everybody have a bit of this food, right? Because it's so awesome. There's something that I don't make every day. It's like special occasion, maybe my anniversary, my wedding, my engagement. It's just kidding. I mean, I don't have to wait for a special day to make these. Okay, if somebody said, "Mom, let's go make a Vietnamese crepe," or "Let's go make a little cup bánh cọt," bánh cọt. I think they call it bánh cọt. I'm sorry. I have to apologize ahead in advance, because I speak a few words of Vietnamese, but bánh cọt is probably a new word that I did not learn. Okay. So what I noticed about my batter is that it's so plain, and I need some color to it. If for those who've been following me for a while now, you'll learn that I love beautiful food. I can't stand when the food is bland, when food is tasteless, when food without colors. I have to see that, because I'm a kinesthetic person, meaning that something nice have to happen. Okay, I mean, I cannot look at a bowl of rice without some sauce in it. Let's put it that way. Okay, so to do this, I am shredding my carrots. Okay, you have to be like fine shredder. I can't find my regular fine shredder, so I'm going very very what do you call it? Very soft on this because I don't want the whole big shredding. Okay? I just want partial shredding like that. And I have a shredder for that, but then I'm not sure. You know, things keep missing in the kitchen here, so I wonder, you know, I mean, if it get thrown away. Just like, oh yeah, I have to tell you this. Hold on. Let me do this first before I tell you the story of how I discover my cooking equipment. Anyway, so you know, I love my grandkids, but sometimes they really don't know what they're doing, you know, so they think everything is trash. If the real trash, they don't know it's trash, but something is not trash, they think it's trash. It's like extroverted, you know, like the opposite. It can be annoying sometimes. So, you know how okay, I'm not petitioning this, okay, I'm just sharing some common story with you that happened in my family. Yeah, so, okay, so I saved this for a reason, right? So I have all my my silicone cake mold, you know, like that. You know how I'm taking so much pride and was happy because I can create all kind of beautiful, like extraordinary, like drop dead gorgeous, you know, like you will see one of those gorgeous women. Okay, it's one of these gorgeous mold, you know, all kind of, look at that. This is sunflower, right? So if I do the right kind of dessert and I drop into here, and I'm sorry, my family in a group text. In my family, can you not? I don't want to put everybody on mute. Okay, so like these, right? The last few times I made beautiful dessert out of this mold. So, and then you know I like these cookie cutters. I cut everything with it, right? Vegetables, name it, and I make soup. I make stir fry with it. I was so happy because it was like my kind of ideal cooking because I love the colors of the cooking. I love the shape. I love the art of cooking. You know, I don't like just like chop, chop, chop. You know, I like to like spend that loving time, you know, loving the food, you know, because it's cooked from the heart. So it's supposed to be loving. So, well, well, yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, I wanted to make dessert and I wanted to like, you know, utilize some of these beautiful mold here, you know, silicone mold. And I couldn't find it. It's only a few left. And so I went everywhere. I was supposed to be on here an hour early, like 2 hours later. I'm still like frustrating, started sweating from my forehead. And I took my daughter, talked to all the grandkids. One grandchild said, well, maybe it went to the trash. Grandma, I said, how do you know it went to the trash? I'm just saying because if you can't find it here, maybe it's in the trash. Or then would you mind to go look in the trash for me if it went on Friday? It's already been picked up, you know. I mean, if it's after Friday, then we're cool. But if it's before Friday, it's already picked up. So I don't know when it was missing because I didn't have need for it. So it didn't even dawn on me that that my cooking equipment is missing. So my grandson, he's on this special diet, you know, so he got cottage cheese and got all this Greek yogurt. And I thought, you know, that was cute for my, you know, for my storages, you know. I mean, I don't want to have to spend extra money buying those plastic bins. It worked the same way, you know. It's greenhouse. It's environmental friendly to recycle, reuse some other product. So that's in my idea, okay. But anyway. Well, somebody was cleaning the house, so I don't know how it got mistaken for trash, but anyway, so yesterday, well, 2 days later, I forgot. Well, I gotta go search for it because when he went to search for it, he looked on the top of the trash because we started put some more trash on it already. And he went to look under the cycle, he didn't see there, and he said he looked under the trash, didn't see there. So I said, well, Grandma, it's not there. Okay, like I was throbbing. I said, oh man, I have to order more of these, and that would take weeks to get here, because these things here actually it take quite some time to get here. I mean, yeah, so it was disappointing because now I have to wait. So I was like, oh, you know like my head was spinning like this. So yesterday, out of my own curiosity, I said, well, he said it's so the term is probability. To me, is probability, meaning that it may not, just like still a question, like to be, not to be. So if he suggests that it should be in the trash, so I said, did you throw my stuff away? I said, no, Grandma, no. This little person here, sometimes he can, I don't want to mention the word, but I didn't want to accuse anybody neither. I mean, it's just an object, this material thing, I can replace it. But the fact is that if the child or someone is not being honest to it gets sensitive. I mean, so no, Grandma, I didn't see that. But then, so I said, well, let me show you what my stuff is into. So I show him the container from the fridge, because my grandson have the same container in the fridge too, because he still have his cottage cheese and the yogurt. So I said, okay, my stuff is in this box here. You know that because you're in the kitchen with me. We've been cooking together for some time now. You know where my equipment belong to. No, Grandma, I didn't do that. I didn't want to argue or accuse him for something that if he didn't do it, I don't want that karma, right? So me. So I just let go. So yesterday morning, I said, okay, let me go, explore the trash a little bit. So I went into the recycle, it's not there. So I went into the trash. So I have to lift all the garbage out. And then way on the bottom of the bins, guess what? Laid 2 container of my belonging. It's not open. It was like the lid is still on, right? So I said, oh my God. Well, thank you, Lord. At least it's still here. If it was disposed on Friday, it would have been gone already because the trash pick up on Friday. So the trash go out on Friday also. So I said, man, it's still good. It's still hope here. So I got my equipment back in the house, and I boil a big pot of water, and then I sterilize it for about 30 minutes, but it's not exposed to the trash, but the idea is of it being in the trash bin. So I have to boil my equipment about 30 minutes and lay it out to dry, and I put it back in there. So now I'm gonna have a meeting about that. So my grandkid know that this is not trash. I know he know that because that he's been in my cooking and help producing some of their wonderful dessert, and sometimes it could be mistaken. But anyway, let's go back to cooking. So, but I'm just say that I'm glad that I was able to retrieve my mold and my cookie cutter. I mean, it's dear to me because I love having those things around because it helped me creating beautiful. Me, I love beautiful food. So let's say that. Okay, let's come back to my cooking today. I'm blending the bancel of the bancel batter. Okay, we can do some crepes, or we can do some cups. So I went ahead and I have this. Okay, I possess this. I mean, this is almost like cupcake kind of thing. You can make your egg the what are those called, the cupping eggs, because I don't cook eggs. I don't even know much about egg product because I'm allergic to it, right? But here I have, you see, I have 4 eggs in here because I have 1 bag and a half of the bancel batter mix. So here's what I'm going to be using, okay? And yesterday I had these. I made crepes out of this. It was nice because it's non-stick. I'm trying to preserve it so that way the product is not being broken and being harmful. It's already not the world healthiest, but this has been the only pan that's like doing a great job of helping me make my crepe in perfect formations. And I also have this multiple here. So this one is had so seven little cupping. Yeah, it's larger. And then I also have this baby one here. I'm not sure. I think maybe about 18 or 20 of them. They look like these. Yeah, it's smaller compared to these. Yeah. So these are cast iron, very steady, very heavy, and they recommended people who suffer from acute low low hemoglobin, or what's another term? Low irons. Okay. They recommend that we cook with the cast iron pan, and the cast iron pan, I think it created way before the stainless steel cooking product, or even aluminum. A lot of country, the pots and pan make aluminum, which is, about aluminum product, but the world don't know much about it. They're not being educated, and it's affordable, and the list go on, right? So today, again, I'm allergic to corn, but I'm cooking for my family, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But I'm gonna add some corn into the batter, and the one especially that I'm gonna use this little cupping here. I think it's just additional flavor, because corn. In fact, the reason I saw this white corn here from Walmart, 2 for $1, so it's affordable. Usually it's about 75, 79 per ear. Ear. I don't know why they call ears, but in Thai it's rather not mentioning it, because you would say, what the, that's it. So I'm gonna shave this and put in into, let me divide this batter first, okay, before we because I'm gonna do some of the crepes, okay, that little the little sheet, and then we're gonna do the little cup one like that, okay. The little cup one, I'm gonna add the corn and the shrimps, okay. And for the crepes, I'm gonna add the we call this fillings, okay. So I'm gonna leave all these ingredients on YouTube descriptions, okay. I have not go in there and put all the ingredients on that yet, because I'm not done cooking. So yesterday I went online to do the crepes portion, but today I wanted to do this little cutting, so you see how fun it is. It's called bun cut. So for all the Vietnamese speaking, help me, okay. Bun cut. Oh well, anyway, it's close to that. If it means something nasty, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't speak enough Vietnamese to understand a lot of terminology, okay, but don't be calling me name though. I know that one. I heard so many, I heard so many bad names in Vietnamese, so you don't try with me. I'll get back to you, okay. But other than that, today I'm honored to produce you this beautiful Vietnamese cuisine, both the bánh xèo and the bánh khọt, okay. And in our culture in Cambodia, we make bánh xèo also. In fact, they even have bánh xèo on the street market and in the fancy restaurant also. So therefore today I have an honor of the honor of bringing you these beautiful beautiful cuisine from a neighboring country, bánh khọt, bánh xèo. It's gonna be delicious. I already mixed the black batter. I think it's a little thicker than I expected. I'm gonna add just a little bit of water to make sure that it's, yesterday I have to modify the batter a few times before I get it right. To do that, I will have to use this little pan here to sample it first and see if I have the right kind of textures for the crepes. If I have the right kind of texture for the crepes, it'll be good for the little cups, the cup crepes also. Okay, So, but I feel that it's a little bit thicker than normal. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of water beforehand, before we start. I'm gonna do about half a cup. Oh, I'll tell you what I have in here. I have shredded carrots to help beautifying it, and yesterday I add some parsley, and to be honest with you, yesterday I didn't get to eat the crepe neither, because it had eggs in it, and I didn't feel like eating, because these I put egg to help the smoother taste of the crepes. I add here, I have 4 eggs, and then 16 ounces of coconut milk, because the coconut milk is gonna make this crepes aroma. So it just like sweet smell of the coconut milk, you know, and contrast with the with turmeric. So it's one of those recipe that your neighbor would raise the nose at. What did I smell? You know, something like that. Okay. All right. We let me get some parsley so that we can start. Okay. So I went to the groceries today. You know, it's strange because there was no cilantros. I'm like, okay, are we at the epic time where farmers are boycotting? You know, I mean, Cambodian and the Vietnamese and the Lao, the Hmong, they love farming. You know, I'm sure that they can get some farmer from that community, from those communities, to work in the field if there's no one to work. But I also see a lot of farmer advertisement though, you know, support local farmer or support U.S. farmers and buy local farmer, work with the local farmer. So I thought that was pretty profound. Yeah. So here my my crepes. Okay, it's just like pancake. Oh, lucky, give it into the cup. A little bit on my hey. I was going to show you the texture of it, but never mind then. So it's this here a mixture of rice flours, coconut, eggs, water, and turmeric, and that's why you see the little yellowish pigment of the natural pigment from the turmeric, because turmeric had the yellowish color already, so it worked well. Okay, so I have my batter are real nice and pretty right now. It's ready to go. Ooh, my bad. I have to batter my my pan. Though it's a non-stick, but I like to have that shiny crepes, you know. So I just gonna apply a little bit of oil to help bring the shininess on the crepes. Okay, I'm gonna test drive my batter first, okay, and see where I'm at, whether it's too thick or too thin. It looks about right. Sorry. It's about right. Um, since it's about right, I'm gonna go ahead and add our meat. But this first one, this is the baby one. I'm not gonna do shrimp on this one. I'm gonna just do the meat only. I have the fillings that it's a cook. Sorry. My nose is itching. It's cooked chicken. Okay. I sauteed it with some carrots, some onions, and some cabbage. Because I'm not using bean sprouts, so I'm using cabbage to substitute for bean sprout because the kids they're not very fond of bean sprout, but I still want to add some vegetable in it to trick them to eat them. Yeah, trick them. It's not a fancy word though, you know, but at least we're able to trick them and have them some vegetable in there. In order to eat the crepes, they have to eat the vegetable also, but my kid will pick it up. My kid love the crepes, and they just, two of them that just want to just plain crepes, no fillings, nothing. So they find me that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and divide this in another portion where I will add the corn. That is for this little cubby here. Okay. I'm gonna move this around. I'm gonna do this big one, the small one. I'll do that for the children because sometimes they don't want the meat in it. So I was just gonna do a little cubby for them so that way they can enjoy without disturbing with removing the meat, removing the vegetable, because this batter here is very flavorful. I added some salt, some chicken bouillons, and it's already tastes like cupcakes. And because I'm gonna be adding some corn in it. Sorry. I'm sorry. Because I'm gonna be adding some corn in it. Grandchildren will love it. So today will be plenty of this bánh xèo and the bánh cốt, because yesterday I only made for the sweetheart, and he probably gonna want some more today. I have to find out how that goes. Normally this is his favorite too, the bánh cốt, so I'm sure that he will want some. Okay, so this will be the kind that I will use for the corn. I'm gonna go ahead and start the heat. Okay, I'm gonna use low heat because it works better. So I'm folding the crepes, okay? And if we consume this right now, it'll be nice and delicious and crunchy. But if we leave this over time, it'll get softer, okay? And if you want it crunchier, then leave it on here longer. And this right here is pretty simple, okay? So I would love to invite you to try this at home. And you can have it with sweet and sour sauce. that would be the fundamental factor for this great recipe is a sweet sour sauce. Okay. While I'm waiting for my little cuppy here to get warmed up, I wanted to shred the corn and add it into our crepes here. Or I can let it, I don't have to add into the flours, but I can drop in on the top of it. I think that would be an ideal. Yeah, so here you go, our first crepes here, okay, it's done. All right, I'm gonna remove it and put it in the pan here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the second one, because we're gonna do this continuously until we have enough to feed the family with it. I mean, for my son, he can eat about 6, 7 of these, you know, because these are pretty small. They're not very big. I'm not making a big one. Sometimes it depends on the pan too. If the pan is too small or too big, you know, I mean, you can design it. So for this is that I'm trying to get the crepe to be so skinny or too as thin as possible. Okay, we're not gonna make like pancake. It's not a pancake thick. Okay, we're not making pancake thick. This is gonna be like a very, very thin crepes like that. You can see it. It's very thin. Yeah. Okay. Very thin. Okay. So we see the filling inside of it. Okay, it's almost like taco. Well, guess what? But the Cambodian people give it a new name. It's called Cambodian tacos. First I said, oh what? Cambodian tacos. I said, Akuna Matata. That sounds so wonderful. Anyway, so let me do the corn, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and shape the corn. You know how to do this, right? I mean, you don't have to be grandma, grandpa, great uncle, great aunt to do this, okay? It's common sense, okay? So, yeah, I'm allergic to this too. Now remember, okay? Besides peanut, eggs, corns is one of my food allergen, but because I'm cooking this for my kids, so especially the popcorn when I attend theater or go to the movie, I have to bring my two layer of nose covering, because I'll be smelling popcorn all day and give me headaches, and I'll be sneezing. I'll turn the hive and all that. You know, I mean, all the uncomfortable factor will happen to me too. So, but does not stop me from cooking. You know, I mean, I have plenty here. I'm gonna boil for my mom and put some butter and a cute little thing on top of it so that she can enjoy it. You know, my mom loved corn. I wish I could. Now I cannot have a lot of cereal product, you know, the Raisin Bran and all that thing. I cannot have anymore because it make out of corn. And a lot of cake, a lot of food products make out of corn too, you know. I mean, it's one of those sad things. Let me be back. Let me go wash my hand first, okay? Because I did expose myself touching the corn. I'm gonna do one first, and if we need it, we'll come back and get some more. I have 4 right here from, you know, from our friendly neighborhood grocery store. I hope they have it in your nation. I mean, in your area. I think I found out what happened to me last year. A friend of mine was cooking something delicious, and she invited me to eat with her. And she made soup, and she had corn in it. You know, I mean, it was, for me, I didn't see it because, well, I saw it, but you know, she had it. She didn't have like corn on the cup. She had it she had it in the soup. So she served, and then I pick out the corns and everything, and I thought I was safe from it. But then when I came home the next morning, my lips started to swollen really bad. And that was the one food incident that was so embarrassing because my lips swollen so badly. My daughter said, "Oh, mom, you look good. You got free lip, what do you call it? Lip plumber or something like that." She said, "Oh, you look good, mom. I'll take more picture of it." And it was so stupid. Anyway, all right. So this is how it works. Okay. I'm gonna demonstrate. I already pre-laddered the. Oh, my bad. Hold on. I was talking too much. Hold on, please. Before we do that, let me add the filling for this one. Oh, hold on. Let me flip it. Huh. Well, I can't, because it's already hard. So let me see what happened. Let's try the multitask. Okay. It happened. Even the multitask, make sure you look left and right. I did that, but I didn't do that on purpose. Okay, I forgot because I was talking too much. Okay. Kids don't like a lot of fillings, you know, so that worked well for me too. Now let me try to fold this without breaking it because it was crunchy already. Oh. It's crunchy. Okay, so use the oil and ladder it, okay, because it's cast iron. I used this before, it worked well. It come off pretty good, okay. It just came right off once the flour process, it come right off. So this is what we're gonna do, okay. I'm gonna do this in front of you now, how I'm doing this thing. So we're just gonna go and fill up. Normally it receives sizzling, but because I move it out from the stove too long, so I'm gonna do just about two-thirds full, because I don't want it full because it's gonna take a long time to cook, so I have to consider that also. So here we go. I'm gonna put it back on here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna close the lid to help process with the cooking quicker. I'm gonna increase the heat because I have pretty low on here because I was talking. I forgot. Okay. All right. Now I have the corn. Let me remove the corn into something that I can be comfortable with first. Excuse me. Okay, let me remove my crepe because this one right here, I overdone it, okay? It's not bad, it get a little bit roasted, which is fine. If I were to eat this, I like it that way, a little bit crunchy. Again, I'm gonna ladder it just for the purpose of keep our cake shiny. To do this is just to lay a batter evenly, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, but to thin it out. All right, now I'm gonna like focusing on this side. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add our corn because corn need to be cooked. So I'm gonna put on the top of it. So this right here would be perfect for vegetarian or vegan because there's no meat in it. Absolutely, everything is flours, plant-based, the grains, the corns. I'm gonna close it, and this one right here will require shrimp, so I'm gonna drop the shrimp in a minute. I'm gonna get a pan for it too, so that way we can remove into the pan when we need it. Okay, let's check on our crepe. So it started to form and looking delicious. I wish I can enjoy this, right? If I enjoy this, my lip will be swollen tomorrow. I won't be able to talk to you. So because the cupping is a little bit thicker than the crepe, so it'll take a little bit of minute to cook it, okay? And I just increase the heat, so that way it helps speed up the process. With that, I'm gonna go ahead and, because I keep bringing it out, in and out from the heat, so that's why it's acting, oh, you know what? I won't be able to do it because I should have done it when I lay the batter first, because it's already forming, it's hardened, it won't grab the shrimp, so I have to do that the next round. But it had the corn in it. So, here we go. So my crepe is, let me flip this without dropping it. Oh, okay. Doing a good job. Well, I let it too long too, so it's already crunchy on one side. So I'm adding the fillings. A friend of mine who was a vegetarian yesterday, she wants some, so I removed the fillings and gave her the crepes only. She said, oh, it's so ngon lắm. She said ngon lắm. She's Vietnamese descent, and she loved this because this is her food, right? Because being vegetarian, I didn't know that she wants some, so I didn't make for her. But when she saw me make it for my sweetheart, she said, oh, I want some, and I removed two of the batter for her, two of the crepe for her, and she said, after she ate it, she said, oh, ngon lắm. I mean, it's delicious in Vietnamese. That word I know well because when my ex was living with me, he would say, oh, ngon lắm, ngon lắm, ngon lắm. You know, so I learned that word. It's like high frequency word. Yeah, well, that word in Vietnamese I learned. Ngon lắm mean delicious. I hope I say it right. Ngon lắm, ngon lắm, ngon lắm, ngon lắm. Mean it's delicious. I mean, it should be, you know, I mean, it's a lot of hard work going to this. So, it should be ngon lắm. Oh, let me move it over here so you see. Yeah. So, it's easy to flip it, right? Like I told you, once this thing form, it'd be able to like just flip it like that. See that? And we wanted the other side to cook also, so we flipped it. Oh, Mama, I have corn. If I pre-cook this corn right here, it would be fun. But then now I didn't cook the corn ahead of time, so we flip it and we'll leave it capsized for about a minute to allow the corns and the top part of the batter to cook really well. I don't want anything raw because this flour is raw. Okay. Right. So I'm multitasking right now, right? I'm making this cupcake and the crepes here, so I have to remember that before I burn both of them. think the corn is exploding. It sounds like what's going on in Cambodia and Thailand right now. Thailand and Cambodia at war. I was saying the other day that, it hurt me both ways. And I'll tell you why. I think I told you guys why. Because I'm Thai descent. I was born in Cambodia. So when these two countries at war, that it don't make me feel good both ways. Some people said, oh yeah, go Thailand, go Cambodia, go. No, it's not like that. So please don't go, because Thailand are invading Cambodia over some monuments, over the land, over the mapping, and clearly indicates that the monument that they were fighting, claiming theirs, Thailand claims theirs, actually belong to Cambodia. I mean, go back when, 5,000 years, or 1,000 years, 2,000 years ago, people were fighting for land. Stuff like that, I don't know. But I'm not saying anything, but, it is like, it's something that they're going to have to tough it out. And I don't know what U.S. going to get involved with that or not, because U.S. is American ally. But U.S. also supply a lot of humanitarian aid to Cambodia. Okay, there we go. This is the corn. Oh, I think corn is. We're about to have popcorn. That's what is exploding. Okay, so this is the bun cut. Okay, so it's a little cuppy like this, and yeah, it's pretty cute, right? Cute. Okay, so I'm saying that, what is going on with the two nations. I can't believe corn is exploding. Chill it. Yeah, chill it. So that kind of double sword for me too, double blade for me, because it's my home, it's my country. Oops, my bad. Let me flip this. Look at that, perfect. It's just take a lot of practice for that. You don't know how many times I drop this on the floor. If I'm not careful, I'll do that again. I'm not doing by the floor, okay? I'm doing right here on the cutboard. If I dropped it, I still have it. How about that? You gotta work smarter, not work harder, work smarter. So, yeah, so there you go. Go ahead, girl. Cupping like out. Oh my goodness. Are this corn seriously hurting me? How is the corn even popping? It's not even mature. Oh, dangy. You guys are dangerous. Shoot. Oh, it don't matter, right? Because it's the same batter. Okay, here we go. Here it is. See that? You see all that sound? Chow, chow, chow. I think that's where bun cell is coming from. So, the word bun is, I'm going to interpret this wrong, okay? It's not bun like the American bun. It's bun. It's bun with the B-A-N-H, that little bun, that H, bun cell. And then, yeah. I better hurry before I burn the other one. See, I never worked in a restaurant before. Well, I did a long time ago, but it's not in a great demand like this. I wasn't cooking. I was only in charge of the salad making department. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I see how the chef, you know, he trying to work to get the food cooked. You know, he'll be like, you're so busy, right? Making me dizzy. So I'm putting the shrimp in right now, so that way it'll be, the flour will grab it. It will stick on there. I still have corn. What you call this? Corn hair. Corn fud. Okay, so I can add a little bit of batter on it. I want the shrimp to get grab onto it. All right. I would love to show it to you. Let's see if I don't drop it. And we got shrimp, we got corn, so we got everything on there the way we intended. Whoops. Oh well. Move over. Let me pick up my mess before this thing stain and get harder, and it's harder to move it, to remove it. Okay. So let's close it. Yeah. This right here, ooh, got better, I told you. All right, let's get this into the plate here. Okay. It's safe right now. It won't come down until it's done. When it's cooked, it's gonna come down. Go. I did that before. I don't trust this because corn explode like minefield. Can't believe it. It's not even mature for popcorn to do that. You know what I mean? I guess they when it contact with heat, it's gonna explode regardless. And so I make the next one thicker. And so look how cute that is. This is like bite size. So good. The kids love this. That's why I put some vegetable in here to trick them to eat them. But they love corn. They're gonna enjoy it anyway. So I have 7 done. Imagine if I use the 18 count one. It's gonna be a lot of pretty one. I'm gonna do that next. Let me see. Yes, there you go. Getting better, Vanna. Traditionally, they use bean sprout for this, but I feel my kids don't like bean sprouts, so I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna force my kid to eat anything that they don't like, and then they'll be complaining. Let me see if these are ready to flip over. See how easy that is? It just come off easy like that. Just flip it. Oh, nice texture. In fact, I have not even sampled the batter. Okay, I'm gonna put it back in here and lid it up to allow. to allow the front toe to cook a little bit better. But let me sample this, okay? I have to remove it. But I mean, I have eggs in there. I have to test how the flour is performing. If it's too thick, then I have to add more water to it. It's a little bit too thick. I'm going to add some more water in it. On both battered because I have both of them. About 2 tablespoons. So our crepes looking good. That's the texture that we like in making these crepes, okay? It have to be that little spot of brownish. Because the beef, I mean the meat's already cooked and the vegetables already done, but now we're just reheating it while it's in this crepes here, and to get the crepe to get it perfection, where it's not too hard, it's not too soft. See how easy gliding it is, you know, cabbage. When I have the right tool, right equipment, it just slide off. It's no sticky mess. It's no breaking. Okay. If I don't have this kind of good setting, it'll be sticky mess. And for the non-stick pan, I don't have to use a lot of cooking oil to lather it. It's very little. But see, when the batter is a little bit thinner, it glide also. It glide a little bit better. See that? When I went to Cambodia, and there's a food vendor who make nothing but this bun cell, right? Like an open let's say that it's a street market or street restaurant. So because it's so famous, they have to line up like 10, 20 of a pan here, you know, to meet the demand. If a family of 20 coming to eat, that means, you know, the chef and they have to be busy, and then to get this thing, you see how long this thing will take, right? I mean, at least 10, 15 minutes, at least, I would say about 6 minutes-ish. It depends on, it depends on the size of the batter. If like here, it's perfect right here because it's nice and I think I'm getting the texture of the batter right, because I can feel it in the texture of the crepes here. And if it's too thick, it'll crack. It'll give you the indication of that it cracked. Okay. Oh, look at that. So the shrimps and the corn all glued together. Okay, so that's nice. Okay, let me cook it a few minutes more. Well, some of them the corn came off or the shrimp come off. No matter. Okay, let me cook a few minutes more, maybe a minute more, to make sure that the inside of the little cuppy is cooked completely. I'm surprised my mom hasn't coming down yet. The aroma should already reach her nose by now. You know, normally when she knows that I'm cooking, she begin to feel hungry, so she'll come down and see what's going on. I think she came down there earlier and got some food and went upstairs. So I constantly stir this because if I don't, the flour would would go to sleep, resting. It rests. So if it rests, flour does not mix very well, and you have one too thick, one too thin of the cake. So always blending it before start a new one. Did you guys ever see at the Bangkok street market where the guy was cooking the anchois, stir-fried anchois, and the chef would toss the anchois way on the other side of the street, and then the waiter was trying to catch the anchois with the plate, you know. So once he done cooking, he would toss the stir-fried across the across the aisle, and then the food server, the waiter would try to catch it. You know, it was very spectacular. I don't know if they do that now, but they did long time ago. It was very, very entertaining for the tourists. Okay. So this is done. The shrimp got lost. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it here. Normally I will put it in the cooking pan and keep it warm. And I'll do that later when I'm done with this. Oh, some more corn will explode on me. But the fact is that I got the shrimp and the corn combined all together in a little cubicle here. It's pretty neat. See, you see some shrimp, you see corn there. So we did good, okay? I mean, it takes a lot of practice to do this right, you know, before when I did these. Let me tell you how I got inspired with this Bangkok thing, okay? Now, let me start this first, and I'll tell you the story of it. So let me start this before I start conversation, because I will get distracted. I battered with coconut oil, okay, or you have any kind of vegetable oil you find. In Cambodia, they use the pig oil, the pig lard. They just get a block of pig oil and just lather on it. So it is a shape of taco, huh? You don't believe me? That's why Cambodian call this Cambodian taco, and because it have fillings and it's in the shape of tacos, you know, like that. No. So that's why Cambodian people call this Cambodian tacos. You hear that? Chow, chow, chow. That's why I think that's where bansel is coming from. It's from the screaming of the chow thing here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add the corn quickly before it forms. I'll put the shrimp in also right now before it's starting to form. Some of my grandkids don't like shrimp, so I mean, two of my kids don't like shrimps. I said, that's fine. Can't afford to feed you anyway, so that worked perfect. You see, you have to be creative when you cook, right? I mean, if you see opportunity of making the same, creating the same recipe with different cooking technique, do it, because that is just like a level of intelligent cook. You know, you able to come up with right ideas, you be able to come up with beautiful creation. That's what good chef, good designer, or even the engineers, clothing designer, engineer, building designer, road designer, they have to come up with different ideas. Okay. Oh yeah. Caplock, thank you, Mystica. Yeah, I hope that you will try this at home. Thank you for being on here. You guys are such great people, you know, supporting me, and that make my heart jump with joy, because you're always here supporting and it makes such a big deal for me, you know, to have YouTube and TikTok. I love TikTok too, you know, so many friendly people on here, send a whole bunch of hearts. Sometimes if I'm here for a couple hours, I get 4, 5, 6,000 hearts. I mean, like, that's abundance. It's like a whole lot of love, you know, especially my grandson. Sometimes he's on there too. You know, his mom was taking videos of him. Look what your grandson doing. Mom supporting your cooking show. You know, sitting there and sending thousands of hearts, you know, and my sweetheart does that too. You know, that kind of support is like, make me feel so motivated. Wanted to bring the greatest recipe, wanted to be on here more often to be able to bring you this this kind of recipe that hopefully that you will try it at home, because it's very basic. Okay, so I make this already yesterday, the whole videos of making the fillings and mixing the batter and all that, and I will give the exact measurement. That way, if you want to try it, you know, you're welcome to do that also. Okay. Normally, I would partition it with banana leaf, but I didn't have banana leaf. My banana leaf gone bad. It was in the refrigerator too long, so it didn't smell too good, and I can't use it in the cooking if it does not smell good. No. see, the thing about doing the cooking is that it's great. Let me tell you why. Okay, but also, it's it's economy breaking also. But if I, like I was saying, that if I cook this and prepare this around my children meals or my sweetheart dinner or lunch or breakfast, then then and it served the purpose. Okay, if I were to try to do this separately and have my cooking show and feed the family, it'll be twice as much of food budget, because this can get expensive. You know, some of these products are not cheap. Okay, it's just like all this imported product is no longer readily or even affordable. You know, since well, the price gouging was started since the um, since the 2020 during the pandemic. Remember, everything got stuck at the port and the stop of importing and all that. So the prices already went up 3 times as high. Okay, and and after that we deal with it. You know, the price didn't go down, or it went down a little bit after all this impediment drop. Okay, after we went back to normal, but the price of the food never normal again. The farmer find reason to raise up the crops, the price of the crops, and the merchant and department store have reason to raise price on everything. So we got seasoning into that high price at that point. So then we have new administration. My kids don't want me to talk politics, but let me say why. With the new administration, it affects the tariff. So now a lot of stuff that's imported to this country are being halted, on people don't want to bring the import product in, stuff like that. So so then the price went back up higher, maybe even more so. Because I shop regularly, and I see the price is overwhelmingly high. But even you have money to buy it, the product is not available. The commodities are being short, the demand are being too high, and the supply is being too short. You know how that go. You take business course or economic class, they'll tell you the equilibriums of the business, the import product, is that if the demand is high, the supply is low. What they're going to do to you, they're going to slaughter you and price put any price on the product, you're gonna go get it because you need it. Because like a bag of rice used to be only what, $39.99. Now it's what, $57, $58.99. So there's about about half of the prices up there. I mean, it's sad because the only thing that's not being added to is our paycheck. And then you have the gas price went up, you have food price went up, the rent went up, the interest went up. So we have to be economical. We have to be able to, you want to eat healthy. This is what I'll say, okay? Because my sweetheart and I, we do eat out a lot. He doesn't want me to cook all the time, so how we spend our time, spend our money is to eat out, maybe once a week, or maybe a couple times per month, or 3 times per month. Not, if it's not weekly, then maybe every other weeks. Okay, we go out. If we don't want anything fancy, we just grab burgers and just sit down and have a good conversation, just 2 of us, and nothing important. And then, but if I were to take, if 2 people go to the burgers and you pay at least $39.99 plus tip, you have 2 burger, fries, and a drink. Okay, so max about $39. If you take the $39 to buy grocery, then you can have the whole meal for the family instead of 2 burgers for 2 people. If you spend $60, and that will be, if you're single, that will be like a few days worth of grocery. So the economic way is to cook at home. Add more vegetable, add more healthy grain. I mean, Cambodian people, we consume grain daily, maybe 3-4 meals a day. um, and we were fine. You know, now that we have to deal with mellitus diabetes because the environment changed. Okay, it's exploding right now. Okay, it's shooting at me. I'm not opening it. I know what she's gonna do to me. She's gonna shoot me. No, I'm not opening it. So I'm saying that cooking at home is the most economic way to do. You know, especially when the food prices are ridiculously high. Everything is high. You know, tomatoes is high. Corn. Well, now I see it two for $1 because it's seasoning. It's in season, so you can get that reasonable. Enjoy it for the next couple of weeks or so, and then you'll go back to no fresh corn or frozen corn. Still very very pricey. So in my practice as a mom who raised 6 children on my own for many years without the support from the government, without the support from their father, so relying on my sole incomes, so I have to nipping every dimes that I make from 2 jobs, you know, so that way I make sure that I have hot meal for my children at home, so I cook every day. So have to be very careful how I prepare, make sure that the kids get the right kind of nutrients, not just give them rice and soy sauce, you know, it'll be a nice meal, nice hot meals. And with that experience, I turned that into, with that experience, I continue that model of practice where I'm not a miser. I believe in healthy cooking, so I get the kind of healthy ingredients. You know, now that we don't have to be so frugal about budgeting on a food price or a food budget. You know, we can eat better than 30 years ago. You know, 30 years ago when the kids are young, and when I was the only sole providers, and for the 6 children, it would have been nice if I had stepped to get help, but then I had too much pride in me, so I never gotten help, you know, and the father of the kid left the country or left the city, left town, and even with court order, they didn't want to pay child support, and I never go after the child support system, and because I'm not on public systems, so they didn't enforce the child support on me, you know, so now all the kids are grown, and somebody owe me a lot of child support they never talk about, so I'm not even mention it. I didn't mention it because there's no reason to. The kids are grown now, you know. I mean, but the respect from the kid is effortless because they know that we struggles. You know, I remember the kid never have fancy of anything. They hated when I shop at shoe for less and or Walmart and stuff like that. Now, you know, they make good money now. They can go out and buy themselves like $1,000 pair of shoes or nice dress and run their own business, stuff like that. Whatever they desire, they can acquire it. They can afford it. So I'm happy for that. If they're gonna go out and buy themselves an expensive pair of shoes, 2 pair of shoes, however many pair of shoes, they could. You know, I never complain. You know. I love the fact that they're able to do that on their own. You know, now that they adult, they have their own family, they have their own business. They wanted to reward themselves. You know, I said, go right ahead, take vacation, take the kid to Abu Dhabi, to wherever they're gonna make you happy. You know, just go because we didn't get to do that when we growing up with me. You know, but I got the feel of joy. You know, to see the kid grow up and be successful whether I'm here or not. That joy is gonna last in me. You know. Our family is not always smooth and rose and cream and all that. We have an issue. They have their own issue. It's fine. I let them have their own problem. I just stay away. You know, as a mother, I don't give free advice. I don't give free counseling. I say, oh yeah, okay, honey, I hear you. You know, I'm sorry. You know, it's simple. Learn to shut up. You'll be good. You don't be critical. You don't try to judge them. You don't try to tell them what to do. You just grow with them. Let them experience it. So the best advice is to shut up. To close your mouth. You don't need to say anything. Let them figure it out because they're adult now. They experience the way that you experienced 20, 30 years ago. Let them learn it so that they are shaping themselves. They are refining themselves to become the person who they will be in the future. My oldest will be, she'll be 39. She, she's only 20 something. When I had her, I was about 22 years old. Now she's almost 40. And then my firstborn, guess what? Her firstborn, the twin, gonna be 18 as well. So, to see her grow and transition into motherhood and a fine young woman, sometimes their mouth run like diarrhea. I don't mind, whatever it is, fine with me, as long I know what to do, as long I zip, and then put in my pocket, we fine. I don't have to fight with anybody. So that's how I learned among my kids, because my children were raised by me, and I have strong personality, and I'm very opinionated, and the way I've been abused through the government, not through the government system, through the societies. I learned how to, defend myself. I don't know boxing, I don't know karate, I don't know Chinaman, stuff like that. But one thing I know is that I don't let people walk over me. I walk away for peace. I took my kid with me and left the bad situation that I put myself in, and then I never look back. Striving until all the kids are now grown. I gotta be proud of my kids. Because I think they strive that on their own mainly. I got them to where they need to be. Got them graduate in high school with diploma, and then one by one they left me. They went to be on their own, and yeah. So I think that's every mother's dream, to see the kids be able to be on their own like that, and become sufficient and self-reliance. To me, that's beautiful. Okay, that's beautiful. So now I'm just enjoy being a grandmother and do my cooking show here with you. That's my joy. It, it's time to enjoy. I have done my duty as a mother. Though I have one or two that's not quite yet there, but one day all of them will be successful and have their own family as well. You know, um, I'm not going to cry about it because we all have our own struggles. What I learned is that as long as I have my kids, does not matter where I'm at, I'm good. Because kids are my everything. Now that I have another person who come into my life and loving me unconditionally, and that's really a blessing because he has so much patience for me and so much support, and whatever I desire, whatever I need, he's always there, which is beautiful. As much as my children who also look out for my welfare and my well-being and working things out, that's beautiful. I like that. If it doesn't work out, I'm fine with it. I'm not going to keep crying, have my heart bleed and things like that, no. I just love the sound of that you know, it reminds me of the venomous snake, like it's gonna attack me anytime soon. Okay, let me put my corn in right now before it get hardened, and the shrimp. Last time I put jumbo shrimp. It was so good. Now, I sample it. I have to do um, the allergy pill before I eat because it got eggs and it got shrimp. No, shrimp, I'm not allergic to eggs. And it was no corn in it, but this one I have corn. I won't be able to have it. So here are a little cup crepes, okay, what do you call it? The bun cut. The bun cut. If I say it wrong, guy, I'm sorry, okay? If you're Vietnamese, if you are native of Vietnamese, Vietnam, I'm sorry, okay? I didn't learn to I know bun sale, okay? That was like familiar, you know, because bun cut is something that someone just invented. So I just help make this become alive. Okay, so here's the bun cut. So we have shrimps and sweet corns. Okay. So I hope the kid enjoy this. Yeah, so I won't be able to do this, so it got corn and egg. I might try some, like I said, I have to take the allergy pill. So it's nice and warm right now. When I'm done, I'm gonna put into the cast iron pans and keep it warm. Because this will taste better when it's warm. Any kind of food tastes better when it's warm. You know that. Almost have it. Okay. We're doing pretty good. Okay, we have about for the big eaters, it will be 2 servings, okay? For small eater, it will be about 3 servings. So, because these things are small and so delicious, like I said, when you eat one of these or you eat this thing, you will forget the time. You know, it's so good. You just keep having it, just like you have a bag of Cheetos, you know, and you just keep popping in your mouth. Because do you know that 1 serving of Cheetos will be only 15 pieces of Cheetos. If you have a big bag, that's for the family, not just for you. But when you have the Cheeto in front of or hot chip, anything like that in front of TV, you keep put the hand, stick your hand and put it in your mouth until hour later you look into the bag like, oops, gone, you know. And now you had what, 5 teaspoons of salt consuming that day, and then your blood pressure went up high, and you feel funny, you know, and you feel thirsty because your body trying to tell you, dude, you got too much salt in your system, let's cleanse it. And that's what happened. Now, because I'm cooking for the family today, it's, like I said, I'm gonna continue cooking until the batter run out or the filling run out. If the filling run out, I will do the crepes. Somebody who's vegetarian would appreciate it also. So. But though I still want to challenge you to try this at home. You know, it'll be fun, it'll be delicious, it'll be something new. If you don't like if you don't like the meat, if you're vegetarian or vegan, you're welcome to combine with tofu. You just cook your tofu and blend it just like I blend it, and I'll leave the ingredients, on my YouTube description panel, so you guys can check it out if you wanted to do this at home. So you should be able to do this at home because I've been doing this this is the second day I'm doing this. And I also have bansel and bankot that I did. I don't remember. I think number 52, 54-ish. I did that on a short video. Not short. It was like 17-minute video that I pre-record, and I put into a fancy intro and everything, because by now I know how to do editing. I use the sophisticated editing program where I can put my video into like a cute little mode in here and there, and tell my daughter, Mom, you're making me dizzy. You put too much of whatever, the transition. So I lower it down, and then once in a while I want the excitement, so I put all kind of feature on there, So, well, that helped. So, yeah. So bankot is look pretty good. I'm gonna warm this up in the later when I'm done with this, okay? Because it needs to keep warm, because it's only 2 o'clock, and my family, my little kids are not here, and my daughter is not here neither. So as the latter, as the batter leave soaking a long time, the flour started to get what do you call it? The flour start to get thickened. So I always make sure that I add a little bit of water, to help acclimate and help it stay in the same textures. Because for some reason, the flours, when it soak in the water too long, it started to format, make it thicker. And when it's thicker, our bun cell is gonna get hard. So far it's been pretty nice. It's been working really, really well. I like the textures, and sorry about that. And these here go well with dipping sauce, sweet and sour sauce. Okay, I'm making some for the kid today because I ran out. Because sweet and sour sauce is a balance of sweetness, sourness, the acidy taste, and the sweetness, the sodiumness, and the acidness. So it's 3 kind of flavors. So we have salt. I'm using the fish sauce, okay? Traditionally, if you don't like fish sauce because of the smell, you're welcome to use salad dressing as well. It's fine, okay? But it will be different because it's not traditional flavor, okay, or taste. So in here, I already blend 3 cups of water per 1.5 cup of sugars, because remember the sweetness, okay? Because I still have to add the vinegar and the fish sauce, so it's gonna dilute perfect. Let me flip the bankot over first. Because it's non-stick, so it's so easy to flip it. Okay? So just use the tip of the knife, flip it, and allow the other side of this bun cut to cook really well because it's a little thick. And it's cooked a little longer than the crepes. This one's gliding so good. Let me see. Almost gone to the floor. How about that? See, when the batter is right, it's very easy to handle. It's very soft and cushion. It's not dry and crack. It's not dry or crack. Yeah, Cambodian tacos. Here we go. So I have about 3 servings of the crepes, okay? That's like about 4 each. That's for someone who like to eat a little bit more. For me, I max about 2. If I'm really hungry, it's about 3 for me. That with the vegetables, with the herbs and vegetables. Now I've been doing this for a while now. I challenge you to do so. Okay, I mean, it's if you like, you can go to Vietnamese restaurant and order bun xèo or bun cốt, and then you know how this look like now. Okay, you cannot be fooled anymore. You know how bun cốt look like. You know, this is the bun cốt. Okay, that's bun cốt. The little cupcake here. Okay? With the shrimp on the top of it, or chicken, or corn, or whatever. So these are the Cambodian tacos, known as bun xèo. Okay. There you go. And these will come in a big tray of fresh vegetables and herbs and the dipping sauce. So the dipping sauce I have, like I said earlier, I already have my 3 cups of water and 1 1/2 of pure cane sugar. Or normally I have palm sugar, but I'm running short on palm sugar, so sample this. I have not add the fish sauce or the vinegar yet. Okay, so I just want to see where the sweetness is concerned. So any kind of rice vinegar or any kind of vinegar, you're good. Okay, so I'm going to try it about 2 tablespoons first. Because I make them differently, I can't remember how I did it last time. I'm going to blend this with 2 tablespoons. It didn't do anything yet, so I'm going to add we'll do 5 tablespoons, see how it goes. Because I have 3 tablespoons of, no, I have 3 cups of water in here. So I'll take a little bit of vinegar to dilute it, to balance it out. Not doing it yet. I wonder. I'm gonna change, okay? Oh, for your information, there is vegetarian fish sauce, okay? So if you don't like all that regular fish smell and all that, they have regular vegetarian fish sauce also. Sorry, I was looking for my cup. 2, 3, 4. That one was was not the right kind. Okay. I got 4, right? Probably 6 is perfect. There you go. Because I'm doing this for the family, and it may not be served all of it, but I like to have the extra in the fridge when the kid wanted to make something that required these kind of dipping sauce. They already have it. Oh, you like the flip? Yeah, the flip is amazing, right? I mean, oh, there you go. It takes a bit of practice to do this right. You know, sometimes I miss the target, you know, and sometimes it land on the floor, and yeah, it's funny. No. Yeah, the flipping is kind of sexy, huh? Thank you. Who's making that? Yeah, Mystique girl. Yes. I mean, Mystica. Yeah, the flipping is yeah, the flipping is out of this world. I don't know how where I learned that. I mean, through years of cooking, I guess. You know, I mean, okay. There we go. That's a taste of the vinegar. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you know, you got to progress to the next level of challenge. You know, you get cut, you get slit, you get burned, you know, you get just like when this guy turned on me, like flipping on me and like shooting on my eyes, my face, stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, the flipping is fun. You know, I mean, you got to try that. um, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, where's my other food? Yeah, it takes years of a food loving cooking thing, you know. I mean, it didn't just come with ignorance, you know. I mean, each time, and the next thing I'll do is do flambe, but I can't do here because I have that the the fear of fire, fear of being drowned, fear of being catching on fire. That's me. So when I'm in a when I'm doing outside cooking where nothing in the way, I'm not gonna catch anything on fire or the grills, whatever it is, and we'll do flambe together. We just gonna I haven't tried that before. I'm sure that I'll burn my lashes and my hair before it get it, you know. I mean, yeah, the flambe involving cooking with the fire burning on your food, you know. That's the best flavor, is to get the flambe, you know. So yeah, so I have not done that. I have not tried that at all because I'm not brave enough to do that. You know, I mean, any kind of chef in a major fine sitting or fine dining, they do flambe. You know, I mean, they put your food on fire. Or now they do the torch. You know, they don't even flip no more. They do the torch to bring the gas torch and like bzzz on the top of your food. I'm like, what the? That's not flambe. That's torching or singeing. You know, where you singe your food. You know, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, gotta manage, control it. You got it. You know what I mean? Otherwise, the food will be flying everywhere. It's fun though. You know, you gotta learn. You gotta love to cook to like be creative with everything. You know? If you don't love cooking, you won't be doing all this. You know, you gotta have the love for cooking and all that. Look at that. Look at the bun cut. It's gotten better each time. Yeah. Okay. It looked really, really good. That's why I want to invite you to do this. You can do it. Okay. You can message me if you need the tutor, because I'm tutoring you right now. You don't take the note, or you not go back and watch the full video. It's going to be on YouTube, full videos, because I'm trying to save as many clip on the TikTok. You know, it's annoying because a minute here, a minute there, you didn't get it. If you don't get it, you won't be able to cook. Okay, let me flip it again. Hey, look, this one's perfect. I guess because someone is cheering me, so got my mood going, which is, you're cheering me. I'm like, yeah, I gotta do the best show now. If I don't flip it right, you'll be with me too, witnessing it, you know. So, but the love of cooking in me came very early, because my mom and dad work on farm all day, and when they want to come home, at least I can do is to cook rice for them when they come home. If the rice is done, they can just cooking other side dish, because rice is everything. Rice is like their blood line of food, you know what I mean? They gotta have it when they come home from hard working day in the farm, and there's no rice, there's nothing cooked for them. They come home, they were like, they eat me instead of rice, you know. So with the bun cut, I have my corn in quickly before the cake form, and then followed with the shrimp. So to do that, I drop it in the middle of it, so that way the shrimp would grab into the batter and stay within, stay trapped. Otherwise, even though I still have a few fall off, it don't matter. It don't hurt me at all. It just it get eaten one way or the other. So I'm doing multiple cooking here. I do the crepes here, and I'll do the cup one. So if I keep talking too much, then I burn one or two. Yeah. Simple. So see, I think my mom even smelled it too. I love serving mom, because mom at the age now, she can't cook anymore. You grew up cooking. You grew up cooking too? Let me read. So you grew up cooking cooking too, and used to watch my grandmother. You know what? You know what? Grandparents are the best chef teacher. You know what? I regretted a lot that I didn't really pay attention to my grandparents when they were teaching, when they were cooking. They weren't teaching it. Well, they did, but then grandparents are hard. Those days they like give me sandwich head. Like if I don't do it right or I'm not paying attention, the minute I got a sandwich head, my head hurts. I'm running off. I'm gone. I'm gonna be like at the end of the village. Go ahead and catch me, but I have to come home though. But yeah, they are the best cook. All the recipe in the world is coming from aunt, uncle, grandmother, who passing down those knowledge to their family, to their kids. If you don't catch it from them, you're gonna have to catch on YouTube like you're doing right now. Good thing about YouTube is that people can copy each other. All that, don't have all that originality, don't have their own ideas. But for me, yes, Damaged Kiss, good to have you on here, sweetheart. Thank you. For me, if I go to a restaurant, I have something new that I want to like really really come home and have a replica of it, and I don't know what everything else in there, but I picture that what's in there already as I come home and try it, just like making paposa. My sweetheart was working at this one place, and this Latino woman always bring paposa to work, and she sell it like something for $5-10. So I said, I think I think Chef Vanna can make this for me. He said, honey, can you make paposa? So I have to go Google what paposa, like what paposa, So then I said, corn paposa. I said, I can't eat corn. So I have to create flowers paposa. If you if you're Elvis Salvadorian, you know what paposa are, and if you are Latin from the Latin region, you know what paposa are, and if you are Latino descent, you know what Mexican descent, you know what paposa are. They're awesome. So it took me a little bit of practice to get my paposa right, and then I finally learned how to make rice flour paposa, and I can eat it. So yeah, so I have my paposa in one of my cooking videos. I can't remember which one it was, but it was good though. And I made the guacamole go with it, and then the pickles. The pickle is the same thing that we do in Cambodian culture. Pickle also, so that work well. So I can make the Cambodian pickle that incorporated in the same way as they do for the El Salvadorian pickles, which is which are the carrots and the carrots, the cabbage and what have you. It was easy, and so we're gonna have to do that together. I think I did already. So. Oh, you're familiar with paposa? Yeah, paposa is mainly with the Latino descent. Not so much Italian. I think it have to do with the Latino descent, the El Salvadorians and people in this low region. But yes, some of the Italian food would be the pasta thing, which I made the lasagna the other day, which was good, because my kids love lasagna, so that worked really well. And before this, I was working in a retirement home where I worked side by side with the chef, and at the time I'm not interested in cooking, so if I know what I'm gonna do now, I would have been pay more attention to the chef, because he made all kind of food. But I remember a few things that he made that I able to put together and produce some delicious meal also in American food. And many of you know that I was living in a refugee camp for many years, and while I was living in a refugee camp, almost 5 years, in 5 years the Thai government support the refugees children by bringing the educational portions of art and craft, and so they teach us how to knit, to sew, to cook, and to do the food carving. You know, me at the time, I didn't know this is going to be part of my life, so I didn't pay much attention. But I did attend the program. I went to the center, and I sat down and yeah, I sat down to take some lessons. You know, I learned to carve. The only few things I can carve is some basic floral design. The complicated, integrated, I'm not getting to giving myself headaches. So, but I saw some of these people, they do like intricate design and a beautiful, like breathtaking design of flowers and stuff like that. You know, which I appreciate, you know, because it takes a whole lot of skill to carve the pumpkin, to carve the, I tried carving the pumpkin already. It's not the best, but I did it, you know, and I make a dessert out of it, steamed dessert, and I'm good at carving the persimmon because persimmon is so soft and cushion is easy to handle. So I'm gonna try about half a cup of soy sauce. So my mom, she liked this brand. I'm not endorsed by any of the product here. Okay, I don't have a sponsor yet. Maybe one day when I move up to the next level. Right now I'm at like an elementary level with YouTube and TikTok. So when I graduate to the first grade, maybe, you know, first class, maybe get some sponsoring going on. You know. But right now, not happening so soon. Don't say that. It will happen soon. Yeah, that's a perfect flip. See that? Okay, it come with practice. So I have half a cup. I'm gonna do about another tablespoon because I still feel that it needs to balance out between sweet and sour and the salt. And if you are low salt consumptions, cut down. If you don't like the smell of the fish sauce, because fish sauce is pungent, but when you dilute it with vinegars, and typically I would do the lemon or lime, okay, but I didn't express a lime. I could have. Okay, the sauce is perfect right now. แม่เอาไหมยังไม่ได้ล้างผักเลย Mom? I forgot to offer to my mom. But it's almost done. Anyway, so see, something like this is fun, right? I mean, it's fun to watch, and the food are great, and I'm sure that one day you will try this, and I'd like to hear from you. You know, if you're Cambodian, if you allow Thai descent, this will come easy for you, or Vietnamese descent, this will come easy for you because you grow up seeing this and your family making this already, so it's so easy for you. And like I was saying, if I would have been more proactive with pay attention to the lesson, attention to was being trained, the place where I work at the kitchen for many years, for 4 years. I think when I was in high school, I worked at this retirement home for 4 years, and the chef, he was the white chef. His name is Richard. I don't remember his last name, but Chef Richard, and there's another female who came in. I can't remember her name, but I work at the Casa Mañana Inn. It was a retirement home in Stockton, California. It was a retirement home where food are being prepared morning, noon, and dinner. So it was a lot of food prepared, and I think they shelter over 300 seniors, 300 to 500. It was a big compound. So it was a busy kitchen, and I worked there after school. So I come in during dinner times and to help the chef make the salads. That was my department. But now and then I will help the chef prepare, because salad done quickly, and get all the tables set up and everything set up when I'm done with it. And I move closer to the chef, and the chef would, and I watch the chef, and chef will allow me to help handling the kitchens and cook, So, and then that's why it saved me years of culinary school, because I already like right there with the professional chef. Um, it's simple now, now all makes sense. And when it was in Thailand, now all makes sense, because my love for the cooking is a lot broader now, because it's just coming in like the perfect timing, because because I when I first met my sweetheart, we just sat down and we talked about our goals and our dreams, and he, most of all, he was a successful musician already, artist, recording artist and singers and producer. So he's already up there with his stardoms and his fames and everything. So for me, coming from a woman who's been through shit, raising sick kids and all that, just now barely got time to take care of myself and take care of my dad for almost 16 years, and he finally passed away. I mentioned about my dad because I have the profound memories of him, taking care of him daily. My dad was wheelchair bound. He never walk or talk, or even he can move around and scooting around, but he never be able to stand, walk, or talk again. I took care of him for almost 50. He died in October. In December would be 16 years. So that many times that I was with my dad, and take care of my dad. So there was a lot of year that I spent to care for an elderly person. So I know how to take care of an elderly person. And now I have my mom with me, so she's at the age where she needs that kind of care too. But my mom, she's not, she's mobilized, so she's still mobilized, but how the aging kicking in is no longer the same. You have to watch her and make sure that she's not falling down, and make sure her needs are being met, and she's being fed, she's being giving all the care she needs to live comfortably at home. Because if many of you know that Asian people, we don't like to put our parents away, and we like to take care of them ourselves, and that make it excessively difficult for a family now, because if you have kids that are working and cannot afford to stay home to take care of their parents, so a lot of parents are being turning into the government institution. I'm not saying a lock-up facility, in a boarding home care and stuff like that, or senior home, which is new for the community, because we never do that. So I have my mom with me here. She had me pledge to not abandon her, to always be here to take care of her, because I took care of her husband, who was my dad, for that many years. So with that experience, she think that I will be able to carry the tradition for my dad also, for her also. So, I'm fine with it. I'm resolute. She's my mom. I would go to the moon and back for her. So I'm gonna make the plain one for my friend, okay? Because she only had two last night, and she really liked it. So I don't have other vegetables for her. So I'm gonna make plain for her, so she can enjoy it also. Okay? So I have a plate full. This will be about 3. I have about 5 servings so far with these, but I also have bangkok. Remember, I have the little cupcake here also. So it's getting cold now, so what I'll do is that when I'm done with this, I will use my pan to keep it warm. I'll do a very low heat and just keep it warm, because as long as this part is crunchy, it should be good. So there's the bun cut. Got corn and shrimp in it. These are what I've been label on it today. Okay, the bun cut. See the shrimp? The shrimp is laying in the blanket right here. So cute. It's amazing. So I do love bringing you all this wonderful recipe from the far corner of the earth. I know that most Americans are not familiar with these. I started doing cooking in different languages, like in Thai, in Cambodian, and in Laotian. Those are the other three languages that I spoke. Now, I'm a multilingual or polyglot person. I work as a freelance interpreter. I interpret in Cambodian, in Laos, in Thai, and the English would be the main languages that we bridges with those sub languages. So these are the languages that allow me to exchange for the money to feed the kids, to be able to provide for my own children and myself. And I've been doing that for over 40 years. So now that cooking show is part of it, so I try to do in those languages. It was good, I have a lot of followers from Cambodia. I don't speak Hindu, but a lot of people from India, surprisingly, from Russia, from the Europe country, and mainly from Thailand, Cambodia, and in America are the five main countries that are my regular followers. And I think because of language disparities, I would also, follow somebody who can speak my language, for example. That would be the fundamental language that we speak is English. If you don't understand English, then you can use the AI interpreting and all that. It would be cool, right? But I just want to share with you that, yes, today I did enjoy sharing with you the common recipe that I have here. It's delicious. The grandkid loves it. First of all, the grandkid love this little one right here, with the corns, and that's so tempting for them. When they see the corn, they jump, because they like the corn with cheese and all that, with mozzarella cheese. When we go to the Korean barbecue, the first thing they order is the corn in the cheese, and there's no cheese on it. Maybe next time I'll put cheese on it to change a little bit. We're doing good so far. We had come to a lot of produce a lot of crepes here already that will feed the whole family. And I'm making a plain one, just a crepe for somebody that is a vegetarian. I didn't have the vegetarian. I don't have the vegetable for it, but she said that she enjoyed just this pancake here. I mean, in Thailand we call it roti, or in the Hindu culture, I think they call roti, similar to roti. Okay, I mean, I love roti. I don't know how to make it. I have to find out how to make it so that way I can share with you. I don't think it's that complicated. I think it's just the fact is that they lay so many layers of flour to get the textures of the roti, because roti sound like it have layer of flours and combined. So I already finished my combining my sweet and sour sauce, which is, and it tastes just fine for me, because I create my own flavor. Okay, so you may have your own flavors, so you have to modify it in a way that will suit with your needs. Okay. So you might like more sour, then add some more lemon, limes, or vinegar. If you like it more salt, and then add some more salt or fish sauce. but no soy sauce though. But you want to try soy sauce, you're welcome to. Soy sauce. Okay. Soy sauce will be fine too. Okay. I mean, it's preference. So, and it will taste better if we use fresh lemon or lime. Okay. But I have vinegar today, so it tastes just fine. And I accidentally put some cooking wine in it, so it does taste a little bit of fermentation, which is fine. I never done that before. I did this accidentally, so I like it. I make it drunk, I don't know, but it had that like the double fermentation from the fish sauce, the vinegar, and the cooking wine. So I'm like, okay, sweet. Not bad. It tastes better. Now I remember. So cooking wine, vinegar, fish sauce, sugar. That's a nice combination. I never done it before. If you want this to be thickening, just put it on the stove here and add a little bit of tapioca flours, dilute with water, very thin, okay, a little bit, not too much, and then you'll have the whole thickening issue. And if you like it watery like this, leave it alone. What I do with this, that when I'm done, I'm gonna put into a jar, lock it, and put in the fridge until it's need for it. Okay, so that's what I do also. Okay, so yeah, I oh my goodness, yeah, that you know, someone here on my Mystica, on YouTube, she mentioned that she started cooking when she was about 9. You know, the perfect age to be training. Now the kid this day, at that age, the parents still trying to protect them from getting burned or burn the house, burn down the kitchens or what have you. So they don't allow the kid to be near the kitchen. So by the time they turn 18, guess what? They don't possess none of the cooking skill. I did that. I'm guilty for my baby girls and my son too. You know, I mean, because being Khmer born is like the privileges of not have to cook. Men don't cook in Cambodia. So if you're a man who born in Cambodia, you were born with privileges. You know. Especially if you're born in a silver spoon situation, neither men or women will cook because they have servants. So I wasn't born in that fortunate situation where I have access to those kind of service. You know. I was growing up in the farmhouse. Both my parents are farmers, and we are proud of that. You know, we love it because with that experience, it gave me the first-hand experience, know how to deal with tough situation. And then living in a refugee camp for almost 6 years, that also taught me a lot. Taught me a lot of driven skills and survival skill, you know, because in refugee camp, there's nothing to offer. There's no food. The government will give you food, but then the food are not fresh. And they're never fresh. It's always rotten fish, rotten chicken. They never serve meat. It's always chicken, rice, and some vegetable. By the time it get to the refugee camp, it's already spoiled. You know. So I'm gonna put a little bit of ginger. I'm gonna dice it, finely dice it to put in my dipping sauce. Okay. Oop. Okay. See what happens when I'm talking too much. This is a fun fact though, you know, I'm talking from my experience. I'm not bullshit on anybody's story. I'm not gossip about anybody, you know, I'm just talking about myself, which is But then this is what I learned about our societies is that people are so tuned into gossip. You know, people want to gossip. People want to incriminate each other. People like to say the mean thing, bullying, and talk about this person does this and does that, and all the what you call it, backbiting and gossiping and all that. You know, I mean, I'm not here all about that. I might talk about my country, which is basically true. You know, I'm not pinpointing on anybody or individual name or thing like that. But I'm just saying, you know, that I'm just saying what happened to me was the most unfortunate. What happened to my country was my birthland was unfortunate. But I'm here, you know, survive all that, and now that I live to tell, you know. So it's about 1 tablespoon of fine diced ginger, okay? Because ginger will make the dipping sauce so incredible. The aroma will be so great. And I have chive, not chive. I can do garlic and scallion. I had it earlier. Oh, here we go. I just use part of it, okay? But before I do that, let me remove my my little cupcake here before it's burnt. Remember, I did the bun cut right here. Okay, these are coming pretty good. Got shrimps and corn in combines. Yeah. So I got a whole bunch of this because I'm be taking over for friends and my sweetheart, so I'm gonna finish making them. Okay, so this is the bun cut. So this is about 5 serving ish. Okay, depending on how hungry the person is. Yes. Even dealing with an extremely hungry person, it'll be only 3 serving. That's the reality of it, because like I said, this thing right here can go so quick because it's so good. People forgotten the count, you know. And that will make me happy when people enjoy eating so much that forgot to count. That show me that the food is too good, too good. How could be too good, right? And I made some bancotta without the shrimp because my friend is vegetarian. And I don't think she eats shrimp neither. So when my son-in-law, he doesn't eat shrimp. So I probably just make a few without shrimp. I'll just do the corn. But I still have a lot of batter in it. I still have shrimp left, so I'm gonna do the shrimp right now. Probably the last batch of shrimp. So yeah, my grandson, my own grandson, he loved just the empty crepes. He just liked the crepe by itself. He doesn't like the fillings. He just enjoy this. Just like my friend who's vegetarian, this is what she's gonna be eating, just empty crepes or the roti. So that's what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna cook extra for my grandson as well for my friend who's a vegetarian. I wish I had some tofu and put some tofu in there for her. Whoop. See that? I have to mix the flour over because I have I'm gonna add some chive. What is it called chive? I can't remember what to call this thing. It's almost like red onions. In Thailand, it's a lot smaller. Here, it's gigantic. It's almost like GMO, like modified. I'm gonna dice it so finely so that I can add into the dipping sauce. It's that thin. And get in my eyes. The onion, I mean this chive, No, it's not chive. What is it? It's not scallions. Is it scallions? Must be, huh? I forgot. Here we go. Into our dipping sauce, okay? I like it better with that tinge of cooking wine, which I accidentally add in there. Now I got a new recipe for the dipping sauce, which is a little bit of cooking wine. So I smell that fermentation, which is great. Wow. You see that? Accidental finding, accidental recipe. It's so cute. Anyway, yeah, they are delicious. Dangerous cases. You gotta come down so we can cook for you. When you do in the area, let us know, okay? If Las Vegas will be a fun place to be. So let me get a separate dish for the one without the fillings. You see, when I cook, right, I don't just cook. I make sure that all my family eating needs are being met. If those who are vegetarian will be vegetarian cooking. For those who are picky, I try to accommodate also. And just like in a restaurant, you know, when you go to the restaurant and you want the waiters to accommodate and chef to accommodate with your eating needs, you know. Just like when I go to eat outside and I will say, hey, hold the egg, hold the flour, hold the corn, hold the what have I, you know. So they always like raise their eyebrows. Exactly. I felt the same way. So my grandkids, Evan, he liked to eat, so he would love all of this. But my Brendan, he's a little pickier than the rest. And my baby girl, Rennie, she loved vegetable, so this will work well for her. And the one with the big beautiful eyes, she left. She returned to California to her family. And she cried so hard. I felt so bad. My heart was broken. Cause I remember when she, her name is Janella. When she first came, she was crying for her mom every night, and she used to hold on to me, and very cordial. That child is so. She's mature, you know. She know how to get to your heart. She said, "Oh, you're so pretty, grandma." She called me grandma. She relate to my son-in-law. That's his his niece belonged to his sister. You're so pretty, grandma. You know, and then that was heart melting, and she said that to my mom too. You know, my mom like blushing, like no one ever tell her that she's pretty. We told her that, but she said that we're being ridiculous, we're being sarcastic, right? Because older Khmer people don't like they don't like what do you call it, compliment. You know, the compliment would be like the opposite. You know, if it's pretty, they say, oh, you're ugly. You know, or if you eat too much, you know, or if you're big, and they say, oh, you know, they if you're big, they call you like you big. You know, if you're small, you say you small. You know, like me when I used to be like real skinny, they'd call me chopstick, chicken stick, toothpick. You know, dry squid, whatever the name. That was like it was like so irritating. So I used to get so offended, and I wanted to get bigger. You know, at the time I only was about 108 pounds, raised grounded, coming out of the refugee camp, and there wasn't not enough food for me to get fat up. You know, I mean, so in the refugee camp, there's not enough food. So how am I gonna get fat, right? So you have like a bowl of rice. If you get a bowl of rice and some well, they give us the raw product. We have to cook it. In a refugee camp, there was no cooking facility, so we have to sneak out of camp to get some firewood, you know, and it, you know, I mean, there was no electricity, so, and you're not allowed to work, you're not allowed to improvise, and you're not allowed to leave the camp. Yet you're not allowed to do anything. So you want firewood, so the kid used to sneak out of the camp and gather some firewood to help the parent to cook, right? So that was the thing, you know. Something that I can do for mom and dad is to leave the camp, sneak out of the camp, make a little dark hole, and leave the camp into the wood and collect some firewood. You know, it it was. They said refugee camp is not like a lavishing refugee camp. Okay, I'm talking about the camp that was not fully equipped with much. Okay, when they overcrowded, we so so I owe a lot of gratitude to Thai government also, but I also deal with the abuse and the negligence. That portion I never talk about, you know, because I want to talk about it. Um, the Hispanic thing, the crepes or the taco look-alike. Um, the abuse and the tortures and all that going on in the camp. One day we're going to sit down and have the conversation because I never really had chance to talk about it, you know, all the abuse and the rapes and the killings in the camp. Because we're not being protected, because we're in the refugee camp, and then American workers are not, the rescue workers are not allowed to stay inside the camp to see what's going on. When they only come to the camp during the daytime only, or at the medical facilities, or at the nutritional facility where they hand out milk, the diluted milk, the powder milk, diluted powder milk. So when the night comes, they return to their hotel. So a lot of things going on in refugee camp. I have to sit down and talk about that to help me get it out. I never talk about it, you know, because if I talk about refugee camp, I talk a lot about, I got some schooling, I got sneak out here and there, but I never really talk about the whole ugliness that's going on in the refugee camp. For that many years that I live in refugee camp, is it damaging, you know, just like it's not a place to be, you know, to be that long. For some people who are more fortunate, they leave early, but for my dad, we didn't get to leave early. We were there a long time. It was almost like the last refugee to leave. But I'm not going to talk about it today. I'm in a better mode today, you know. If I talk about that thing, I would get emotional and it would throw me off my energy. You know, I don't want to be in that energy yet. But let me come back and share. Well, maybe I'll do a documentary about it, you know. See if I want to be openly discussed with you, or I'm going to do it in like a documentary format. It depends. Yeah, but I need to get it out. I need to get it on my chest. You know. I only talk about the prettiness of it. I didn't talk about the whole horrific thing that's going on inside the refugee camp for that many years. You know, I mean, it never pretty, but survived it, lived to tell. You know, let's put it that way. You know. Yeah, so I was scrounging because it's not enough nutritional value, nutritional food to nourish me. So all the kids was scrounging, but because I was the second born, I was in my teenager year already when I was in refugee camp. So I didn't develop. I didn't reach my development age. I was 17. I didn't develop. It was that bad. You know, I mean, at that age, with a young woman, what does happen to young women, right? I mean, she grow to be a young woman. She grow, you know, she developed. But for me, I didn't. I was like, I have one picture of me from the refugee camp. One is the mugshot to do the identification, and one with the family leaving the camp. So I was like, at 17 years old, I looked like I was only 9 or 12 or even 8 because I wasn't developed. There was not enough food for me to develop. All the kids were scrounging. I'm not blaming nothing. I'm just telling you, you know, what happened when you're being confined in refugee camp that many years. You know, psychologically, it affects you physically, mentally, or financially, not to mention, because we're not allowed to work, so we're allowed to have a spoonful of food and not your plateful. Okay, it's not plateful. So they give you by the variations of your family members. So my family was 2 adults and 6 children, and get minimal of grains, take it home, and if we get fire to burn and cook it, and if we don't, then you know we have to go to the neighbor, and whoever have access to firewood will cook, you know, and we share. We learned to share a lot in refugee camp. It wasn't just like we were being selfish and individualistic and things like that. We share a whole lot of common decency. We support that. We developed that support system, and for the first arrival, there was building. Okay, so they built building with tin roof and all that, and walls and in between. But when there was a large influx of refugees, they're no longer able to shelter all. So now they have to create a new living condition where people have to build their own shelter. So now you have tent making, and then at one point they allow the refugee to go out into the wood and gather wood and bring all the stalls and all the still and create their own homes. I wish I have cameras and take picture of how we were living in the camp. Maybe I'll paint you the picture. Let's do that, okay? When I'm in the, take me back to the mode. I'll paint you the pictures of the little cottages that my dad built in the refugee camp. You see how it is. It's kind of cute in a way, but then it was like that's all we have at the time. It was like it's bare necessity, and it put roof on our head when the rain comes. Asia and Thailand, monsoon rain comes. It's like when the monsoon rain come too hard, it just took off the roof, took off the little canopy that we have, like blow off, and we get wet, and we'll be in the middle of rain. So I experienced that too, So that's why I said, a lot of you guys are lucky to being born here in America, or you came to America in a better situation than we came. We, as refugee, we didn't bring anything with us. There's nothing. I remember when my mom only had one luggage of all the belonging, for old clothes, that we have, and there's no belonging because we don't have belongings. When we left Cambodia, we lost everything. There was no belonging. We had no camera to capture the moment, with no picture taking, nothing. That from 1974 to 1980, there's only 2 pictures of us. That's it. There's no memories of it. But now, guess what? too many pictures. I have to do external drive, where I remove all the videos, all the selfie, all the family picture into like an external drive. Like I don't think it's 1 million picture yet. It get to be 8,000-9,000 photos. Like I used to take selfie a lot, and because my frustration was with the kids, because the kids don't like picture taking, and every time we go out to eat or have function, I can have videos of them. They get so sensitive, and no video, no picture. So I do a lot of selfie. And he said, oh, why do you do a lot of selfie? I said, because no one wants to be in that big shot. So I took picture of myself. Yes. So I think I'm pretty to have all that picture, and you don't kind of want picture, then I'll do a selfie. Yeah. So funny. And he said, Al, go ahead, girlfriend. He said, go ahead, girlfriend. So funny. The little one might have picture with me, like you see them coming on my show and stuff like that. But the big one, the mama one, they say, oh, I don't want to be in the picture. I don't want to be out. So, fine. Sometimes they walk right into it. So I have live daily. So if I project my camera in different angle, they be on it. They walk in here and say, oh, you're on show? No, try to duck their head. Say, oh, no worry. They know how you look like. So, yeah, that's my family. We have that crazy relationship where first, I don't like to be on camera neither. I used to be so shy, when my first show, and I'm like, on my first show, and some of my very first show, like the 10, the 15 show, I'm still stuttered. I don't know how to talk like I do now, Even here, I still stumble for word, trying to remember the word. So when I first started the show, and I have a producer, and he was telling me that, I don't like to be told what to do. That's the thing with me. So when I'm doing my stuff here, I'm doing a prompt like this. I don't have to follow the script. I don't have to look at the camera. I'll be acting crazy. I'll be talking nonsense, or my language is not eloquent, or it's not even make sense. I don't care, I don't have to cut it off or edit it. So now it flows freely. But when they start doing this, oh, there's time that where I just walk away in the middle of the show. Finally, he said that, I'll get you another camera. I'll get you the iPod, the iPad, the whatever you need to do, and if you can do that yourself. Because he watched me doing it by myself and he's no interference, I'm doing okay. I flow, I can be goofy, I can be funny, I can be stupid and say things that I don't mean, say things I don't know if it's the words, but I'm fine with that. But when I'm being scripted, I'm like, what? You know, and I get shaky and I get stage fright, you know, where I don't do well, just like when I had my English 1B where you're being scrutinized and you have to get up in front of the audience and do the presentation, you know, there's some kind of presentation that you have to do to pass your grade. So I'm like, you know, shaking like this. I remember, you know, I can't keep the feet together because my feet was shaking like that, you know, in front of the class. English 1B, they call English communication class, you know, where the professor will have you do the report, you know, you do research and stuff like that, and then you get up in front of the classroom and present your speech, you know, and then from point A, point B, and so far, so forth. So, man, I remember those experience. My leg was shaking like this, you know. We have to do like impromptu, there's at least 4 kind of speech. I can't remember now. I remember impromptu because I don't have to prepare. So, yeah, so I have videos of it, but it's in the mini videos, and I don't have the what do you call it? I don't have the program to download it. I have to have that special what do you call it? The video player for the baby videos like that, you know, on the disc. It's all the baby disc, mini disc. I have it, so I would love to. Maybe I'll take it down to the to Walgreens or something. Maybe they can do that for me, or is this a program that I can work with to get that mini disc transfer? So it would be funny to see me when I first doing the first time that I did my speech classes. The first time I do the same thing, my leg would start shaking, my lips started to tremble, and then you have the whole class watching you. Yet they videos you, and they give the professor will have the whole class graded. You know, you have your classmate graded your performance. You know, how your appearance, your presentation, and the whole bit. You know, there's a lot of stuff that they grade you from. And then, yeah, I remember, you know, the first speech I had a nice what you call those skinny skirt. You know, we call the skinny skirt, but you know, and I see my leg was shaking. And after that, I wear pants for the presentation. At least I cover the shaking foot, you know, shaking the legs. And now I don't do that anymore. I'm free. I'm good. I can be as goofy as whatever, you know. I mean, you probably see I do that. But see, we grow, you know. We grow from experience. The experience in that English 1B, the English communication was. And then it gave me that preparation for today, which is nice. But though I got A from that class, though, despite of all that trying, you know, the professor was fair, and so yeah, that was beautiful. So I love the fact that I'm able to be comfortable on camera. Why we talk about this? Because we're talking about kids don't want to be on camera, children don't want to take picture with their mom and dad, and I want that memories. If I have a function, I want to capture it. You know, at my age, I never know. You know, I want to capture that memory, the moment, because we cannot go back. Even a day backward, we cannot go back. What we can do is move forward with times. So when that moment not being captured, you lost that moment. And when you lost that moment, it cannot be substituted. It can be another year, another week, another day. But will we have the opportunity of rising on that day. That's what I'm saying. That's all. I'm not rushing to go anywhere. I'm gonna be here bothering you guys until you guys like, I'm tired of her. I'm gonna, drop her. But don't do that. Okay, keep me on here, at least to help entertain you, and bring some great recipe. I think it's a great idea. Anyway, so today we did good. I I did all the talking already. I think I'm exhausted. I think I depleted most of um, my oxygen already by talking too much. But at the same token, I produced delicious meal today, which is the bun kot, which is the baby cake here with the shrimp on the top and the corns and everything else, from the bun cell batter. So I can transform this into a beautiful cupcake here called bun kot. And then also into crepes here, with the fillings. Chicken, turkey, any choice of meat is yours. If you're vegetarian, then stick with the legumes. Legumes are the fancy word for beans, okay? Or tofu, you're fine. Any kind of vegetable, carrots, broccoli, anything you imagine, put it in. Whatever you enjoy, put it in, okay? If you're vegetarian. And if you like meat, I never tried beef before, you're welcome to do beef, okay? And yeah, there we go. I think I need battery on my phone. It's funny, last time when my phone died, in the middle, on my TikTok, I lose everything on TikTok. I can't even go back and do clips here and there. So let me hook on the yucca. I almost lost you. Anyway, I was trying to tell you that I'm closing out. Okay, it's been a pleasure. You have been such a fun time to talk with. I read a little bit better on my YouTube because I have I have my laptop in the back. For my TikTok, I have to apologize. Not that I ignore you, because would you believe it or not, I do wear spectacles for reading. Okay, when the reading is so fine on TikTok, I don't even try to read it. Okay, I have so many messages on TikTok. I have in thousands. So if you think that I ignoring you, but I want to say that I say hi to all of you, and I appreciate each one of you deeply. Okay, because I'm not going back on here with you doesn't mean that I value you less. Okay, value you less. I value as much. For YouTube, I'm able to look back in my laptop and able to read the messages clearly because I do wear glasses for reading. The last many years, I try to train my eyesight without having to wear glasses because not only that I'm not vision impaired. I just need glasses for reading, but I also lost the right side hearing. I had issue with my hearings and I have ringing in my ear too. I have tinnitus. I suffer from some very it's not, I don't know, it's generic, but they said it was rare form of conditioning that create the ringing in my ears, and I lost the hearing and the ringing. So I used to wear hearing aids. My daughter got me the hearing aids, and I used to wear glasses and the hearing aids, and it didn't go well. So I trained my eyes to not have to depend on spectacle as much, so I can drive, I can see well, I can see you well, but the fine line reading on TikTok is a little bit too fine for me, so I don't try to read it. Also, it's so many. But I just want to know that I appreciate all of my visitors and people who follow me on TikTok in thousands. I appreciate it. Sometimes on here I have about 5,000, 6,000. Sometimes I reach about 3, 4, 5,000 people to coming on TikTok. Fluctuated, and I like that. On YouTube, I have not created that kind of legacy yet. I have a few people who come on here supporting me, like Danger Kisses, she's been on here supporting, and Mystica has been on here, and I love that. I mean, these people are my supporters who always here communicate, talking, and exchange conversation. I appreciate that. A Damaged Kiss, thank you for being here with me. And Mystica, thank you. I love the way you communicate with me, sharing your experience, cooking as a child and stuff like that. And that's how we learn, okay? That's how I like to incorporate all this with my grandkids. Have my grandkids coming on here and enjoy. Maybe just help flipping, help maybe just washing the vegetable and get them to participate, that to have them this long-lasting impression that one day they will inspire. Home cooking is something that we lost the value of because we, both parents are working parents, so they're always bombarding with the time and with the time and monetary. I mean, it takes two parents now to raise a child in terms of in providing with the food and shelters and all the bare necessity needs. So coming home tired, and sometimes thank you. Next time, okay. Asad, thank you for the invitation. So I involve them, on the day that they around, I involve them. Though they make the foolish noises, sometimes it got me going also. And as a grandmother, I'm their support. I always want to involve in their life. You never know, I mean, as they get older and our time is running short too, for me, if I live another 50 years, I'll be over 100, I'll be 112. Because, yeah, I would love to be beyond that, It depends on who's going to be here taking care of me, like I'm taking care of my mom now, I mean, that's depends too, if you have the longevity. If we live beyond 100, will we still be able to take care of ourselves? And that's the thing, if beyond hundreds, and then you will relying on your family for the basic personal need, then you are, what do you call it, encumbrance, or you kind of, what's the term, where someone have to like give up their livelihood to take care, just like I did for my dad. I have to quit my job to become his full-time care provider, and the state compensate very little. They never pay the rent, nothing else, and then sometimes I have to work part-time somewhere and leave him with my mom, and for a few hours that I work outside to be able to take care of him. And then when my kid coming in and support me and send me enough money and put the money for me to be able to not have to worry, and so I can just concentrate on take care of the grandparents. And that kind of generosity is like, that's what made me cry, because it's such amazing. My kids, my older baby is generous, my second born is generous, and my third born is generous, and my fourth born is generous, and the fifth born is generous too, very generous. Anything I need, it's like that. It's not all the time, but most of the time. So I'm done, I'm cool. The batter are gone. I have just a little bit here, and I make a little tiny one. I have some shrimp left over. I'm probably going to warm it up and put in one of the crepes there, so, to have the shrimp to go with it. So I just want to say thank you so much for all the loving support on you. Sincerely, I said that from the bottom of my heart. I'm not flattering it, but I really am appreciate all of you for stopping by and watching this show, and I will always appreciate for the extra support you can lend me. Hop over to YouTube channel for Chef Vana Inn and subscribe. If you're visiting me on there, just send me hello. I would love that. I always read my messages my comments on YouTube, because on TikTok right here I have in hundreds, and it would take me a lot of time away from my cooking to do that, and I'll be here 4 or 5 hours. You'd be mad at me. You'd be like, no, no more, and you'd be tired of me. But just to say that, I appreciate all of you for visiting, for enjoying, for the conversation, for the little comment that you make. They make a great deal for me. So I'm gonna close off because I'm done with the bancel, the crepes. Okay, it look wonderfully delicious, and it is delicious. Okay. Not only that, it's beautiful, it's delicious also. And then, of course, this is more technical, okay? I mean, but still, it's beautiful. Okay? So I encourage you to try that. And I will leave the full recipe on the Vibrant full video that we do here on YouTube. Okay, if you be interested to cook and to make these, then welcome to jump over to YouTube, and I will leave tonight when I go back and have time to digest, and I will leave the full recipe so that you can enjoy. And then if you're gonna make this little cupcake here, yeah, you can get one. I think if you can't get the I think you can go online and order this we call it stainless, no, not stainless steel. This is the what do you call this? The iron, cast iron. Sorry, see, I forgot. Cast iron. Okay, so yeah, and it's not. You need a non-stick pan or something that will be sticky. Okay, it'll give you this beautiful no mess crepes. Okay. So that's our last of it. Okay? And we spent here a long time. Beautiful conversation. Thank you for listening to the story. I love telling so many stories coming too from me, because I've been there and done that. I went through it, so it's just so great to be able to share that with you. Okay, right. So I'm gonna close out. I'll do a beautiful thumbnail and send it to YouTube also, and to TikTok, so that way you see how beautiful it is. And I'll be serving with the sweet and sour sauce you saw me just did, and then the fresh vegetable and herbs. That's going to be the side dish of this. So if you want to eat this alone, you're fine. If it's not, then wrap it with the lettuce and the herbs. Will be it will be another level of fine food. Okay, right. So you've been wonderful. I appreciate all of you and love and respect all of you. And we'll meet back here again. I'm not sure what we're going to do tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing the fancy egg rolls, because I have meat that I needed to take care of, and I already thawed the egg roll sheet. So I thought that if we come back tomorrow, convene tomorrow and do the fancy egg rolls. Okay, not just regular egg rolls. It's going to be fancy, that I like to share with you, right? So I thank you so much again, where you at. Good night, good evening, and good morning, and with love and respect. Sawadee ka.